Hello everyone, my name is Greg Post. I am here today to talk about the Houston Rockets 111-103 win over the Los Angeles Clippers. Um, this is a big win for us today. I felt like we've definitely had a roller coaster of a season so far. We kind of know the identity of the Rockets, but I feel that we have moments where we go away from the game plan, or whether it's someone's hot or cold or whatever. But Ime has definitely put out a system for us, or the team rather. The defense is going to lead to offense, and today it didn't start out that way, but I felt like we really got it going on, and let's talk about that. First of all, is a return of a couple familiar faces. We got to see James Harden return to Houston and Kevin Porter Jr. I don't really mind Porter Jr. coming back as much. Rather, it doesn't bother me as much that he comes back. Best of luck to you. But, Harden's the real focus over here. Thank you for everything you did for us, Harden. I appreciate the time and the effort you put. Well, most of that. Most effort. There was moments where I questioned it, but thank you for helping us get to some of the moments of 2019 and leading up to all that, and that was very fun to watch. But I hate to say that there was moments where he left the team hanging just with one and out like that. So, but all good things come to an end and new beginnings, and a lot of that led to what we're seeing on the court now. So thank you. I thought that the way we started was not how Ime envisioned it. The Clippers started off fast. They were shooting lights out to begin with, especially Harden. We felt like that we were allowing too much space. The guys were not putting enough pressure on them. We weren't playing how we normally are playing on defense, what is becoming one of the best defenses in the NBA now. But if you're not for the Terror Twins, I like the name. It's pretty cool. I don't know how Amin's brother feels about him having another twin, but then again, I hear Amin says everyone's their twin all over at the Rockets facility and whatnot. But the Terror Twins, both of them just have such amazing energy that they're bringing to the game. They are, essentially run stoppers. They're change the flow of the game, and to see them the way when they check in, they're strapped up, shoes ready to go, and they're out, guns blazing, all brakes, or what is it? No, all gas, no brakes. So honestly, I felt like they, as soon as they checked in, they switched off on Harden. I think it was more Amin to start, but Tari, definitely, both of them had moments on Harden, and they basically shut it down. It was pretty sweet. Harden had 12 points in that first quarter, and then he only had 19 to finish the game, so he had 7 on the rest of the game, and that was pretty significant defense and some adjustments that Ime made, and also just the team adjusted on the fly. It was awesome to see, going from what looked like a game where, man, we were down by 11 at early, and to see the bench really lead the charge and bring us back and take the lead. It was pretty sweet to see. Jabari, well, we'll get on Jabari. I like you, Jabari. Keep finding your shot, but it's not falling right now. We've got to keep pushing on defense, but, right now, I'm a fan of having Tari Eason over Jabari. But then again, I don't want to mess up that little thing that we got going on with the Terra Twins off the bench. I think it's something significant. But I think Jabari can really find his shot. It's just not falling right now. He's got to keep on pushing, and I like that he's being a little bit more aggressive. I feel like his shot has changed a little bit since watching him at Auburn. Had more of an arc, and I feel like now it's a little bit more of a line drive, but we'll get into more of Jabari later. But Amen Thompson and Tari Eason, their energy that they bring, and it starts on the defensive side, and it just becomes infectious for the rest of the team. Their pressure on guys at the moments, pressure on anyone they're defending. They're also clogging the lane. They're using their eyes to see that, they're blocking passing lanes. There's moments where, the ball handler doesn't even know they're there, and then out of nowhere, Jabari, I keep on saying Jabari, I'm sorry, Jabari, Tari is just coming out of nowhere and swiping it. And so that defense is turning into offense, and it's becoming really exciting to watch those two players grow into their own, and especially now that they have some better handles, I guess. They're becoming more comfortable with the ball in their hand, and it's really fun to see. Sometimes I feel like Tari is looking for that extra pass, and I love it, but as we saw yesterday, when he jammed that one-hander, that was nuts. We saw a lot of good dunks yesterday, and that was fun to see. So, Rockets responded big time and took the lead. I love Shepherd, that he looks to be more comfortable coming into the game. Looks like he is making better decisions. His defense is honestly what's keeping him in the lineup right now, because the shot isn't falling. But Ime, I know he wants him to continue to fire it. I feel like there's slight hesitation here and there. He definitely passed up a shot. And I believe at one point I heard someone from the Rockets bench, he attempted a corner three and was a little hesitant, and I bet you it was Jeff Green. Was like, shoot it! I bet you a lot of Rockets fans feel that way, but it'll come in time. This is what we're 8-4, 12th game as a pro. I'll give him time. Jabari, you not as much, my man. Keep firing, though. Let's do it. Anyways, so Jalen Green has found a shot early on, making some great passes. Amen for an easy slam down low. It was kind of an odd game for Jalen Green. I felt like, in a way, he was making his shots, but the way the flow of the game was going, Ime kind of threw off how I've seen the bench be used, and I think that was because of he was just riding with the hot hand mentality, and the bench was really driving the force. So there was a moment where Ime brought Jalen back in, and from that moment on, it just kind of threw off some timing. I don't know. That's worth speculating, but I feel like Jalen Green's slump is kind of past him at this point. He's still, I would like to see him tighten up the handles a little bit more, because it felt like at times he was a little loose. If he gets a better handle, I'm not saying he needs to be Kyrie Irving or anything like that, but I feel that if he gets a hold of his handle better, the sky's the limit with this guy. He's an athletic freak. He can change a game, honestly, if he just hones it in. And I feel like we're not far away from seeing that as a Rockets fan. And as someone that has wanted to see someone going into this year, I felt like I just needed someone to step up. I like all of our talent that we have going on, and I just needed someone to rise to the occasion and say, this is my team. I want to be a team player, that person to be a team player, but this is my team. At the end of the game, I want the ball. Let's freaking go. And I think at moments it is him, but today was a different game for him. But that's okay. We're still growing. He's still so young. Alp, all the guys, we forget that they're in their early 20s, and just got to give you so much excitement to see this beginning season that it's been frustrating to watch. There's no doubt about that, and seeing our lulls at times. But to see the grit, the determination, the ability to hone in together. I think Amon said something at the end of the game that he really enjoys playing with each other. They're all like brothers, and I feel that. They really do enjoy playing with each other, and so it's fun to watch. It's seeing their growth this year, even though it's been very up and down. The highs are getting pretty high, and some of those dunks, some of those moments of defensive excellence leading to just fast-paced dunkage up in here. It's just, yes. So I'm thrilled to see that aspect. So moving on, Jock Landale, I have to admit, when he first started with the Rockets, I was kind of a hater. Now I think that he was trying to find himself with this new team and everything, but he really started to come on towards the end of last year, and this year I feel that he's had some moments of, the Thunder game was a little different, but there are moments of, man, this guy can actually be a really good asset for us, especially as a backup center. And I love Steven Adams and all the massive screens that he can make, and the impact that he can make on a game defensively, and also as a versatile passer as well. But one of our strengths as the Rockets is to have great defensive stops that lead to fast breaks, and he can do those things. But if we have someone that could run the court faster, that is a big deal. And I saw that yesterday with Jock, and that young bench that's becoming pretty cool to watch, lethal at moments, very inconsistent, but no doubt you can see the potential in it all. So I'm excited to see that. And Jock, I was kind of hating on you in the beginning, but good game yesterday. He's got the three, he's got some moves down below, and he just keep on running, man. Keep on running with the team. I like it. Alperen Şengün, I never really thought that he was a defensive liability, but I thought there was moments where, I don't know what it was, whether he just didn't, I never want to question his want to do anything, but that felt like there was just moments where he just wasn't giving it all on defense and he was saving for offense. Maybe that's just me, but you could tell that he's put in the work this offseason to be a better defender, as a team defender, and as an individual guy down low. I think he said he's what did he say? I own the block or something like that the other day. It was pretty funny. Don't quote me on that. But to see how much he's improved from last year, from the help D, his defense helped lead to an Amen Thompson slam early in the second. That was fun to see. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed with at this point in the turnaround of the game. We've been kind of keeping it close, and Jabari ends up making a three finally. We take a 5-point lead with the Clippers timeout. And then the backups, I'm sorry. Dang. I was going pretty decent, I felt like. But there's moments where I felt like the Clippers did kind of come back at it, but Rockets take a 5-point lead at halftime. I was very pleased from the turnaround, but 5-point lead is nothing in the NBA. So second half, after a quick 4 points for the Clippers, the lead was down to 1. Fred and the starters actually acted like they were starters again and put up a good stretch and extended the lead to 11 with a 9-0 run. In ways, I felt like Fred is looking a little bit more for a shot, and then also trying to, clearly they're passing the keys over to Jalen and a couple of the guys that, yes, we do need Fred. Clearly we saw the other day without Fred, it was pretty rough offensively, but we do need to start the transition at least. Him doing more off-ball moments in on the three, and then him cutting and driving himself was cool to see yesterday. So I really like that. We're just learning so much about the team, and they're just learning to gel together. And Ime's doing a great job of putting in different lineups. And what I think is going to help is that he's finding that, obviously it's all about matchups, and there's certain times where this young, what was it? It was Shepard, it was Amin, Tari, Jalen Green, and it was either Jock. That was they were moving and grooving, and that's a cool lineup that'll is quick and fast. But obviously that lineup won't work against all teams. Maybe there's some lineups that obviously Steven Adams would be the better fit to, be the big man down low to go against some of the bigger defenders and whatnot. But it's cool to see him tinkering, and I think that there's going to be a lot of different lineups that bode well as the season progresses and as we get to playoff time. Hopefully be participating, which I firmly believe that we will. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, so Harden had a layup and back-to-back Zubac buckets cut the lead to 5. The run continues and for the Clippers, and they got pretty close for a second, and then Dylan hit a big 3 after defending Harden. Harden attempted a 3. Dylan was all up in his business, and it kind of looked like he almost did kind of foul him, but about as good as you can do without fouling. And then it led to him having a big 3 to kind of silence their run, and I felt like that was a really big moment in the game. They responded nicely to the Clippers' run through defense, and the Rockets got up by 8. At that point, there was 17 second chance points for the Rockets. 17 second chance points. That's awesome. The Clippers, by the way, a fat 0. I feel like the way that our team is constructed, by having these defensive lockdown moments in games, can really just shift the momentum and lead our team into a positive direction of victory, regardless of some of our shooting woes. And I think that once our shots really start falling, we're going to become a pretty elite team, because the defense, is going to lead us to victories. But once that offense catches up, we're going to really be able to compete with the best of the NBA. And clearly we're seeing that we are able to do that with some of the wins. Even though Mavs are below 500, that was a big win. Should be the Warriors. I feel like the win over the Knicks was big time. So we're seeing what the potential. We just got to continue to put it all together. And let's see. Clippers bench is leading comeback, only down by 6. Rockets got their lead by pressure and high energy. Over the last few minutes, it's been the opposite. There was a 24-9 run. They were only down by 4. At this point, I'm going back and forth, and I need to be more up here, but that's just hard. This is my first time, guys, so roll with it. So at this point, at this point of the game, the Clippers, they had benched their starters. Ty Lue put in the third stringers, and you kind of felt like the white flag was being waved. And I feel like the Rockets, well, clearly they noticed it, but I feel like they let their foot off the gas and allowed the Clippers third stringers and backups to come back in this game. There's moments where I felt like they became complacent. The things that led to us to come back, take the lead, and have this 19-point lead at one point. The things that got us there were not there during that last minute stretch. And I feel like we're still clearly learning how to win. I know that's cliche and everything, but there's moments where I feel like we need to have that killer instinct, put the foot on the throat, you know what I mean? And this is our game. We got to take this home. And clearly that's going to take some time, but the way that Alpi kind of showed that at the end was pretty sick with that amazing block that he had. And actually, first it was the dunk. He had I forget who had the ball, but he had the ball at the top of the key, and was basically doing like a play fake. And instead of handing the ball off, he turned the corner down the lane and just jammed it home. And I think I believe he fell down, and Tari Eason helped him up, which turned out to be a big deal because Alpi ran the entire court and then came up with a huge block over Zubac, I believe. I thought he did it with two hands, but looking at it, he did it with one. But man, that was just a wild sequence of events. It was really cool to see. And then Tari with an excellent defense, and had a nice windmill dunk to kind of finish it off. They got close. They got it down to a couple points. Or actually, I think it was 1 point at one point. But having the guys respond when they needed them the most, we needed them the most as fans, to not let this comeback happen and to show a different way to win. It shows a lot of that we're learning and we're moving in the right direction. So, well-rounded game from a lot of different people. Tari finishing with 18. I think it was 18 and 11. Let's see. Yeah, Tari and Amin both had 18 points, which was, we're going to see their minutes go up and up, and I like how they're finishing the games until Jabari figures his stuff out. But, clearly the closing squad is most of the time going to be Jalen, Alpi, Amin, Tari, and then either Dylan, or Fred, you know what I mean? So it's a combination of those, and until Jabari figures it out, I feel like these wings are just killing it for us, and just keep it going, guys. It was a huge win for us. Alpi with his, even though 6 of 14, his, his 13 points, 11 rebounds, 13 points. It just felt like more at certain times, but it was a cool win to see because it was some of our bench guys coming big for us. Very thrilled about the win, guys. 111 to 103. What a good time to be a Rockets fan. This is Greg Post signing out. Look forward to bringing you more, actually Houston sports information in general. Obviously, we're talking about the Rockets today, but I am a diehard Rockets, Astros, Texans fan. Clearly, you can see I like my squad. Dynamo, I've got love for you too. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I look forward to giving you all more content soon, so stay tuned. Thank you.